Hey, what's up guys? It's your man 4am again back with a new video. Today we're going to talk about Corepunk, a MMORPG which has been on my list for a while. Release of the closed beta is pretty soon, so I think it is time to start talking about this bad boy as it combines some of the elements of my hands-down favorite games of all time. So what exactly is Corepunk? Well, it's basically an MMORPG with fog of war elements in a seamless open world. Simply put, World of Warcraft meets League of Legends, but there's so much more to cover. So in this video, I'm going to cover everything you need to know about it, why you should put it on your wish list. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we check out the trailer, let's first cover the basics of this game. So we're currently on the website corepunk.com. I'll provide a link in the description. You're going to find it very useful. But if you are already familiar with MMOs or top-down view MOBAs, basically, this is going to be the perfect combo of both, as it's an MMO with fog of war elements in a seamless open world, and you will have this top-down camera, which makes it pretty interesting. We've played V Rising on the channel a couple months ago, but I also used to be a huge fan of League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm. I also played World of Warcraft for many years, and I think this is like the perfect blend of everything. Also, the UI elements, in my opinion, are beautiful. I mean, right here, you see that top-down view. Nature looks very cool. The cartoonish art style also reminds me a little bit of Warcraft 3. If you think about League of Legends for a second or other MOBAs, with the fog of war, this makes jungling and ganking, PvP in general, super interesting. And I think that's the same which you can expect with Corepunk, as right here, we can barely see anything. So this guy is pretty much trapped in the woods if there is going to be other people running in there. For example, this one, Grizzly Hills, don't you think? Also this swine right here to the right, I think it looks really cool. But yeah, there is just so much to check out. But the game will come with things like crafting. So right here, he's making a shortened mangler at the anvil. And yeah, you have so many different ones. This guy is probably getting ganked, but we're going to see more of all that in the video. And you can already sign up for the beta, ladies and gentlemen. Something you should definitely do if you're interested in checking out this title. But let's move back to the top of the website and check out the trailer. So in this very first shot, we see a group of 3 people with a support, basically healing the orc right there. But they're preparing for battle, and you saw that something just popped up out of nowhere. So that's the fog of war. The Spider Queen wasn't there, and they're just walking towards it. It's probably going to be a boss which they have to tackle, and they're bringing a orc warrior with a 2-handed axe, a support which can heal, and then also something else with an orb right here. Reminds me a little bit of Orianna of League of Legends as well, so it can probably deploy some units to help in battle, let's say, or throw in some turrets to fight this boss. But that is basically where the clip ends. It does spawn in some pretty interesting add-ons. But right here we see Rockatan, a guy just walking on a spider mount. Man, I absolutely love the visuals. Did you see that snake going into the grass and everything just moving around? Boy, oh boy. He just arrived at Wind Valley as well. So yeah, just like with World of Warcraft, you're gonna have a yellow exclamation mark and you can just interact with these bad boys. Pick up some quests, do some jobs basically to get some nice rewards like money, maybe some nice new weapons and armor. But moving on to the next shot right here, we've got a pretty cool village. Reminds me a little bit of Cyberpunk 2077. You can tell that with Corepunk, everything is steampunk-ish themed, right? But yeah, there's just so much happening in this village. All these little effects, the police car with the lights, then also right here we've got this toxic water, which he's gonna jump into, look at that, and then also a train. Yeah. If you've played World of Warcraft, you're probably thinking, oh, this is the train from Stormwind to Ironforge. Barum says go, so Baruk is basically using a speed boost so he can quickly jump on it. Then in the next shot right here, we've got some character creation. So we just saw a paladin popping up right now, an ironclad, which is an orc tank. And the cool thing is in the top right of the screen, you can also see their specializations. So this is a granite phalanx, then we have something else right there as well, and then a third spec. So it's not just choosing classes in this game. You can choose the class, you can choose the spec, then you will have different abilities based on your spec. And of course you can also read those descriptions, but the cool thing is There are 12 in total. So if you do 12 times 3, ladies and gentlemen, that is 36 different possibilities which you can start off with. And this is just with the closed beta. So probably with the full release, there might be even more classes, maybe not, but 36 already gives you many options. If you guys want me to go more in depth about the character creation in a next video, definitely let me know in the comments. Anyways, let's move on to the next shot. So right here we've got Faust, solo questing basically. On the top right we also have Neil, a different party, and he's gonna interact with old Nick right here. The cool thing is, you also have voice acting in this game. So just right there, the old guy just said, "You're gonna need better gear for that."
You're gonna need a better gear for that.
I want to know all the details. You're hiding something, aren't you? You can actually make choices in the quest. So I think that is pretty interesting. So every time when you complete a quest, there is going to be maybe a different reward for it based on your decisions which you make. But right now he gets a swimsuit, let's say. So with the swimsuit he just got from the quest, he basically reached the coast of another island. Maybe he swam to it, I don't know. But he's walking towards this group of enemies. This pack is level 6 while he's level 8. So you might think this is going to be easy mode. But the mobs in this game seem to be pretty challenging. So the first guy goes down pretty quickly, while Armero is dealing a nice amount of damage. And El Hechicero, is that right? Is kind of making short work of him as he is slowing him down with some crowd control. And yeah, he simply can't reach him in time and he gets wrecked. So the PvE aspect alone is going to be super challenging, something which I really look forward to, as I absolutely loved PvE in World of Warcraft, but also in V Rising, which we recently checked out. There's also going to be some kind of cooking profession, as right here, Watney is gathering some pumpkin sprouts. Brood is chopping down a tree, and yeah, we can even mine ore. Sneezy is doing that, and then you can interact with other NPCs to do some trading. So we've got Otorvald selling all these things, while this is the inventory of the player. Let me just quickly go through. As you can see, this is the bag, 19 out of 34 inventory slots, and then also the extra backpack with some armor. But one more time, guys, don't you agree that the UI in this game looks so clean? It's very difficult to find a game these days with a proper looking UI, and this one seriously nails it. In the next shot, we've got our Brute crafting some weapons. So he's working on the Shake Sword, a blue sword, I think, so it's a pretty rare one. This is probably going to increase his attack power, deal more damage with his abilities, while in this trailer they also talk about the armor. I already found out that this is going to be part of the extra monetization they put in the game, but according to the website, nothing is going to be paid to win, so I am very happy about that. All the elements which are going to add some pretty cool cosmetics to the game, let's say, just like with League of Legends or other skins like in Fortnite, they won't make you more powerful. They're just gonna make your character look a little bit funky. For example, if he equips everything, yeah, he looks like a football player. And I personally loved the initial looks more, actually. So if you fancy getting your hands on some pretty cool looking skins, this is going to be interesting if you want to support the developers a little bit more, let's say. And next up, we also have a talent tree. Yes, so the armor doesn't give you any bonus stats, while the talents, of course, will. So for example, we see the battering rank. The more armor, the higher the attack power. But if we go back a little bit, and I'm gonna have to slow down the speed right here, as he's hovering over this first talent. Controlled Chaos. Every hit of targeted ally charges auto attack for an additional 20 magical damage. Then we've got a couple more right here. Bloodthirst. So Bloodthirst increases your lifesteal of your character. Very nice that you actually have different tiers for these abilities. And let's also check out the other one. Physical damage increases after outcoming physical hit. So he just spent like 9 points in his talents. And next up, he's opening up his inventory and equipping all these types of artifacts. So he's very quickly clicking every single one of them, which all give some pretty interesting stats. For example, this one, attack power, armor penetration, attack speed, strength and agility, while there are also some with extra HP, some strength, vitality. Anyways, let's move on to the next shot, because this one is super interesting. So right here we've got a group of 3 guys, Brood, Sparkles and Steve, and they're planning a gank, attack on this group right here. We're basically dealing with a boss prototype number 49. Right now we only see I See Dead People and Tony because of the fog of war. So the third guy isn't visible yet until now. So you have to get close enough in order to see your enemies. But the group of Steve is standing up the hill so they can look down and see who's there, while they probably have absolutely no idea who is up there. So they're running down the hill and they're gonna gank these bad boys. Tony, oh boy, already lost a lot of HP. They took down the first guy already, and now the rest is probably gonna follow. But this is what happens if you're not being careful in the world. And yeah, they're just taking out this entire group with ease, and then they're gonna steal the kill on that prototype boss. Right here, we've got the same group in a city or village. And there are even people saying like, want to buy 15 crystals to craft, help. Healing power is there, as well as Darko, Fortress. Ooh, that is a big boy right there. Is also shouting, looking for party, farm bears, DPS only. So there's gonna be different types of squads with tanks, with healers, with DPS. So maybe farming bears only requires DPS. But what I find very interesting in the top right of the screen is that you can see all the people in the town on the minimap. So all the orange icons are basically players in the town which are not part of your party, while the blue dots are NPCs, characters you can interact with, merchants you can trade with, let's say, while the green dots are your party members and you are the arrow. I really like this element as it makes it very easy to see how many people are present in a town, and of course which characters you can interact with to sell your wares, get rid of all the items which you don't need, or start crafting basically. In this shot, we see the group entering a dungeon. So they're basically going through a series of challenging obstacles. One of them actually got one shot right there. Reminds me a little bit of Elden Ring. That was pretty brutal. But yeah, they're swimming through the water. And whoa, look at that, bro. There was like huge fish popping up right there. So that means you have to swim fast. She was actually taking her time for this, man. Look at that. So just casually... just bathing in that radioactive water. But yeah, you can definitely tell that this is a challenging place with difficult mobs to tackle, possibly elites. In the next shot, the group is standing on different tiles, which they have to do in order to open up the gate right here, let's say. And this one leads them to a pretty interesting area. So they have to deal with a boss. And in the top right of the screen, we can also see a loot chest. So after they've taken down this bad boy, they can get their hands on this reward. But yeah, this just reminds me of those classic WoW days where we had so much trouble dealing with different bosses, and it was just fun, challenging, just kept you going and going. I mean, right here he's using a flamethrower to take out that guy. He even has this burnt effect around him. Also, the weapon is lying on the floor. I mean, the design of this is just gorgeous. While right now you can see him dying, and then the chest opens with the rewards. So that is Corepunk, ladies and gentlemen. I think it just looks beautiful. But guys, I'm just super excited what you think about the game. What is your first impression? Or if you've already checked it out a couple times, what do you think is going to be most exciting about the game? Maybe you're a huge fan of the UI or the PvP aspect with the challenging mobs, or maybe you are really looking forward to the Fog of War PvP. I'm just really looking forward to a new title for this genre. It's been a while since we had a nice MMO, but this one actually looks very promising to me. Guys, a big thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to hit that like button. Helps out the channel, already very much appreciated. And yeah, if you're new here, if you want to stay in the loop with future Corepunk videos, don't hesitate to subscribe, as there's a lot more coming your way. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I want to wish you an awesome day. Till next time, peace.